One of my biggest questions that I want to ask you is I want to know, where did it all begin? Like, when did Bill Purvis become the guy that everybody came to for leadership advice?
I was blessed with John Maxwell, who was my mentor, really, that he began to teach leadership. Oh, this was a long time ago. I was probably 26 years old. When I met Maxwell and learned that leadership was a gift, I began to say, okay, now I can just fall into my gifting and do what I do. And then I started reading, and I read, of course, A.O. Williams' book, All You Can Do Is All You Can Do, but All You Can Do Is Enough. That was a first book on leadership I ever read. Those things kind of challenged me. And then I'd be teaching it and it'd slip out. You know, if I'd be speaking somewhere, I would just say, here's the best way to make that decision, or here's what I would do in that situation. And people would listen. And one day, a guy who worked at a bank, who's a vice president of a bank, called me and said, could I meet with you once a week for lunch? So he and I started meeting at the Burger King. And we met once a week, and I would just share with him leadership things. Then he would like it so well, he went and got his friends. Before you knew it, we literally packed out the Burger King every week. We had to go to another restaurant and then another. Ultimately, I moved to teaching it, where we recorded it and we made it go out further and expanded with it. But it all began from that one guy who said to me, will you teach me some things to help me to be a better leader?
Will you tell me a little bit about Cascade Hills and where it was when you started, and then the transformation it's had over the years to get to where it is now?
It's been one of the most amazing stories. And truth is, if I had heard this story from the outside, I would be wowed and saying, man, I wish I was a part of it. Cascade Hills was the smallest church in all of this area. We had 32 people. It was an Easter Sunday when we first came. They didn't have any money they could pay me, so there was no salary. There was nothing but 32 wonderful senior adults who had been discouraged and wanted their church not to close up. So they went and hired the youngest, cheapest pastor they could find, and that was me. And so when I came in, I started reading and growing and praying and just pouring everything I had into it. And then I realized we're no longer 32. Now we're 50. Now we're 60. Now we're 80. Now we're 100. And then we started breaking the barriers, 200, 500, 1,000, 1,500. And we began to grow so much that since 2015, we baptized a new believer every single day of the year. That's unheard of. I don't know of a church in America. No, I don't know of one single church in America. I know some that may baptize more, but I don't know anyone that does it 7 days a week. A lot of the things that I learned in leadership was, it's been proven that it works. And we've seen, we're debt free, and we've got 48 acres of property on a prime real estate. Give $1 million a year to missions, and thousands of people have are in ministries and serving, and all over the world that watch us online. God really blessed us, but I believe that you got to stay within your gifting, and my gifting was leadership. But that was how it started, from nothing. Which I say, if somebody had as little as I had to start with, and can see so much that God has done, I'd say, man, that's a story that to me is impressive. It encourages me. It humbles me. It makes me grateful to be a part of it.
Now, I want to know what fills you up the most about teaching leaders and equipping them and doing what you do when you're training people through BP Leadership. What fills you up the most when you're doing that?
Yeah, it's crazy. My nature is by encouragement. I would rather be a kingmaker than a king. I would rather help other people. You ever see these parents that get thrilled at a ball game? They're more excited than if they were playing it because the kids out there playing it. That's the way I feel when I see anybody that's growing. When I see anybody that's making a difference, so that we've made a difference in their life, or we've given them the right resources or encouragement or whatever. The minute that I'm able to teach that and I see they get it, they don't have to give me credit. They don't have to buy anything. They don't have to do anything. That alone is fulfilling for me. I want everybody to do well, and so that's my motivation. It's how can I help you? There's a term they use nowadays, and I think it's a good one. They call it adding value. And so if you can go through your day and just add value to one person each day, that will give you a fulfilling, successful day. And that's my goal.
The world we live in now, information is ready and available wherever you go. There's millions of books, whether it be any kind of books, but especially when it comes to like leadership and the stuff that we do. You've got, tons of books. You've got podcasts. You've got other systems where you pay and you get the information, kind of like what we do, where you get this load of information.
Right.
But out of all of those, all this other information, all this other content, why BPL?
Great question. couple of reasons. One is because it's proven. Mm-hmm. See, I'm real bad on this. I never taught. I never even preached when I was pastor. I never even preached on church growth until our church grew, and I knew the systems and why and how. I never taught finances until I was able to be financially free. I never wanted to tell somebody to do something or give them insight if it didn't even work for me. So it's proven. Secondly, it's biblically based. Now, there's a lot of leadership material out there, but I'm not sure all of it is got the right eternal foundation to it. And so I try to use biblical principles or characters to teach leadership because I want it to come from the book. In the end of the day, that's what's going to last. Yeah. We have a world that teaches leadership, but a lot of it's trends. A lot of it is, tricks and trends and what's the latest. And the problem is those things don't last. Yep. We teach it live, so it'd be like sitting in on the live audience, live interaction. And so, but how do they get that? What do they do? What all do we offer there?
Yeah, you just go to our website, and some people may be watching it on the website. Some people may be watching this or listening to it on a podcast or on YouTube. You just go to our website, bpleadership.com. Okay. We've actually just revamped it. We're revitalizing it. We just added a bunch. We've got all 200-plus leadership lessons that you've taught over the last almost 20 years are all logged and loaded.
Now, what's the cost of all that?
It's only $9.99 a month.
Okay.
That's it. It's $10. Here's how I always say it is. You can go to these conferences and fly and spend hundreds of dollars in flights.
The hotel rooms.
Thousands in the conference, and then $100 or $200, $300, depending on where you're going, for the hotel room and all these little food and expenses while you're there, renting the car. I mean, it adds up quick.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you can get one for $10 a month, and you've got it right there at your house.
That's
right there at your office.
That's
you
right.
can listen to it in the car. You don't have to travel across the world to learn this stuff. You got it right where you are. All right, well, there you have it. That is a little bit of an inside scoop on who Bill Purvis is, what BP Leadership is, as well as what great things we've got coming soon here with BP Leadership. So if you would like some more information or you would like to sign up for our membership so that you can get the 200-plus leadership lessons that Bill has done over the years, as well as receive the latest one he does each and every month, make sure you go to our website at bpleadership.com. Or if you would like to subscribe and get these great BP Leadership podcasts that we are releasing now, you can find us on any major podcasting platform. So once you find us, hit the subscribe button, or you can find us on YouTube and you can hit the bell so that you get notified whenever we release a new episode. We've got some great content and some amazing guests that we cannot wait to share with you. So get ready and remember that this is where real leaders are made.